Welcome back to the Slightlee Daily Podcast. This is episode 127, the first one of 2022. It feels good because I have an interesting human being that I've never met in my life, and I get to meet him on camera, essentially. And yeah, we were talking a little bit before, just quality over quantity. Now I'm in this like different mode. It's like I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but like I'm being very like selective with who I have on now, and like, you know, I'm not. It's all about progression. I'm 25, you know. It's there's a certain amount of time if it's gonna stick, if it's gonna work, you know, if this is gonna be my job one day, I gotta like make the proper moves, you know. So anyway, please introduce yourself.
Hey.
Who are you? Where are you from? What's your title? What do you do, man? Let's get this thing going.
I am Intro, a.k.a. Spliffin' Tarantino, a.k.a. Will Spliff. No, I'm just kidding. But I am from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, there we go.
Born and raised. I am an artist of many facets, from music to creative directing to aspiring fashion and
Right.
many mediums.
Yeah, I love the model thing with it too, like just the photography, man. I mean, just even if you're not in the field, you can still, as a common folk, look at a picture and be like, wow, this picture's really dope.
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
Yeah,
like very
that's
visually pleasing.
That's a big thing. It started towards like the end of high school, where I like was really, really heavy on like Tumblr, and before I even like the trendy word aesthetic started,
Right.
I would see things and be like, why does this look? This isn't even. This is a living room.
What
but,
makes
like,
this
but
cool?
why does this picture
Yeah.
look so cool? And just started like, just getting more heavy on just how things look, even if it's not like, you know what I'm saying, something really flashy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just making regular stuff look like it's something that someone wants to be at, or just really looks cool. You know what I mean?
So what came first for you? Was it like singing and rapping, or was it modeling first? Photography, you know, Tumblr, I guess.
Oh man, it was definitely music. I'm definitely like, my family is very music oriented, and most of everybody in my family plays an instrument. That got me started. I was in the marching band in high school. I was in the drum line, and I knew like when I was playing I played trumpet, piano, and the drums, and I knew I didn't want to be in like a concert band or like orchestra or anything like that, symphony, anything like that. So,
But you're still drawn to music.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely. That's my life.
It's in your DNA
Like,
as well.
It's
yeah,
very
in your lineage,
in my spirit.
Yeah.
My purpose, all of that. But no, like I knew that like I had a voice, and I mean, I feel honestly like anybody that's black can rap, bro. Like we're in locker rooms and like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? Really, man, anybody, cat, hat, fat, like you
Yeah,
can rap. You
you
know what
know?
I mean? But to be real, like it's what I was good at immediately, and I knew that. I feel like at the end of the day, my purpose here is to spread a message, and what easier way than to make a song that I can upload and 1 million people can hear at the same time, you know?
It's interesting to think that, like you were saying, anybody can rap, but not a lot of people can rap good.
That is,
You know, yeah,
and good is subjective.
good. No, and
Cause,
that's the beautiful thing about art or just music in general. It's all opinion. It's an
sure.
opinion based sport. You know,
Yeah, man.
You don't have like there's statistics, but like we know Kobe Bryant's good at basketball objectively.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff Gordon was an amazing NASCAR driver.
Exactly.
Objectively. In music, there's some people who think Jay-Z sucks.
Yeah. And
Like
I mean,
like in that, and their opinion is valid.
bombshell, because I don't necessarily fuck with Jay-Z's music. There's certain things I like, but it may be because I'm a 98 baby.
Yeah.
But
It
like,
could be
Lil Wayne is way better to me.
Yeah, you know, for sure. Sure. But you see what I'm saying?
But, no, I get
if you
it.
said that to a 50-year-old,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
man.
who grew up in Brooklyn, he would be like, what the hell did you just say to me?
Yeah, man.
Like,
But who gives a fuck?
yeah. Exactly.
But to
that's-
be real, like,
yeah.
I don't know. That is funny you just said that, because that conversation, I had this conversation the other day, and I was like, bro, to be real, bro, like this shit is not that bumping.
It's
I don't
different,
know.
man.
It might be, yeah, it's definitely part of being in the South, because I'm
Yeah.
like, where's the like swag?
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say that too. Where's the swag, like the party-ish, you know, partiness? Because
yeah,
like,
but,
you know,
but there's bars. Like,
Yeah.
he says
it's
cool
like
stuff.
poetry, you know.
No, I mean,
essentially.
like, man, Lil Wayne's a hell of a poet.
Oh no, I love Lil Wayne. For me, is my top 5 favorite rappers.
Okay,
I
good.
love Lil Wayne. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
So let's kind of talk about the origin story of like you kind of just getting into music. I want to just kind of get, I want to just
Yeah.
kind of talk. I don't know if you've done an interview or
No,
anything
you're
before,
good. You're
but
good. Can I use this as a little
yeah, go ahead.
bet? Okay, so like I said, I kind of grew up like my whole family being
Musician,
I feel like my first
instruments.
instrument really was the djembe. It's an African drum.
Oh, okay.
And I grew up with like my cousins and uncles. We would drum at this like community center that I went to for summer camp. And they had like dance classes and like Zumba and like different exercise things, and we'd like play for the classes.
Right.
And that was a thing that like kind of just got me just like that really started a lot of it. As I'm like
Sparked
talking
an
about
interest.
Yeah, as I'm talking about it now, it kind of like I'm thinking about it like, damn, that really was the first kind of like introduction I had to it, because I was like 5, 6 years old doing
Wow.
this. Yeah,
That's
and,
young, man.
Yeah, and like, you know what I mean, my uncles, I say uncles, but they're like 3-4 years apart, so they're more like big brothers.
Right.
So like I was with them, and yeah, they just brought me along and we did it like that. But then as I was getting older and started listening to music and stuff, it would just be a thing where like I'm just writing raps just at school, like just a little petty stuff. I'm not even thinking like I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm just like, this is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can think back like visually, me and my uncles in my Uncle Jathan's room. He had this really cool CD player. I can see it so vividly now. It like the middle of it, you put the CD on and it like opened up to the top and spread out like you like the Drake commercial where he like opened the CD
the
player.
Sprite commercial.
Did that. Yeah. And it's like he had the Carter 2 CD, and I remember seeing that CD and thinking Lil Wayne just looked cool as fuck on the cover, bro, and with the cover standing.
He's
like,
a superhero.
Sagging.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean, it was I can, and that's like, oh yeah, this is dope. I could do this.
So as far as like your first time like recording sessions, maybe you don't remember the first time, but like give me like whose basement were you in, like who had a mic, I guess.
No one's ever asked me that, and that's should be a pretty common question. But it was at my fucking high school. I went to McGavick, or I started at NSA, National School of Arts, and then I transferred to McGavick. And McGavick had a really dope audio engineering program, and we had this guy who's like basically my fucking mentor, Victor Oquindo. Shout out to him. He was my audio engineer teacher, and he got like a grant for us to get all this like really dope studio equipment. We had the classroom and basically had a studio right there.
Right.
And anytime, bro, I would be skipping lunch, any free period, after school as much as I could, like, and be in that room just like ripping instrumentals.
Yeah.
Dude, I can think of
like you were making beats and stuff.
No, not even making beats.
Oh,
bro.
you were just rapping on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had that in the class and shit, but like I was just going straight mixtape Wayne
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
I had like a DNA.
4 minutes straight.
Like Earl Sweatshirt instrumentals, and I rapped over oldie the whole 10 minutes. Like I can think of all this old shit I did, man. But yeah, that was definitely the first couple things I recorded on.
So school, like that's beautiful because like how fucking the American education system is whack, but there's some moments where it's like, wow, they succeeded. It's
really the teachers, bro. Because the reason we even had him and he came to the school is because the teacher before like fucking sucked, and he was doing wild shit, like you know what I mean. And when he came in, immediately you can tell that like he cared.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure like you can think of like the 3 or 4 teachers throughout your.
I think about one right now.
Yeah.
My senior year, my English teacher, he made Macbeth cool. Like the Shakespeare,
man,
like we were all in it. Like we wanted to go there and read fucking Macbeth,
bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's just those teachers that like really like stuck out. You know what I mean? Cause like they know too that the system is like fucked up, and like even like what's going on today, bro. They don't want to teach you about like Black history and like just,
accurately,
like, fucking that shit. But to be real, like going back to just like the audio engineering program, like he really like. He came in and he didn't even fucking graduate college. Like, and this is
Wow.
he's told us this
Wow.
story, and like he got in, he's teaching us. You know what I'm saying? He's done
Wow.
his credentials go through the roof,
Yeah.
bro. Like he's worked on everything and done everything, and his experience and the stories he's told us.
And
like,
this was at McGavick.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's still there too. Like shout out to again Victor Oquindo, man. That's my dog.
Awesome.
But yeah, man.
So he really showed you like this is tangible. Like you can do this.
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
Like
'Cause
showed a path at least.
he had a huge influence on that. My uncles that they have a reggae band, Roots of a
Oh,
Rebellion.
nice.
Yeah, and they've toured
That's super
and
interesting.
done Bonnaroo
Yeah.
and fucking man. They showed me like again like. Cause I grew up with these dudes, like playing basketball in the backyard, and then
Yeah.
I'm seeing them on tour,
Right.
and all these people, like,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying?
Like
So it's
band,
like,
full on band, like
yeah, and they're
touring.
doing the thing, bro. They been on tour, and their van blew up, and like really have like,
Oh my god,
bro, band stories. Like,
that's like a whole HBO documentary right there.
Dude,
like,
dude, and this is like family, so like
Yeah.
again, it's like right in my face to where it's like, nah, man, like you can really
Yeah.
do some shit if
Yeah.
you just do it. And a lot of that goes into just me doing anything I do, man. Like I've moved twice now out of Nashville. I moved to Montreal when I was 19, I think. Yeah.
Canada.
And
Wow.
that was a whole experience.
Yeah.
But what gave me the confidence to do that was just seeing people around me just doing the same shit. Like,
Yeah.
around the same time I did this, my guy over here like did a road trip for what, 2 months. It was a
Holy shit.
Just driving, and then made it all the way back, and I'm like,
I want to do that.
just
Yeah.
like go, like
Yeah.
honestly, just go, like
My friend he was born and raised here in Murfreesboro, and he lives in California now, and he's never been happier.
Bro.
That's one thing, but like, he's the type of guy that was just like, fuck it, I don't care what anyone thinks. He was like, I'll see my family when I see them. Like, not that he abandoned them, but like, he's like, I'm doing this, and
this is for me, bro.
yeah, he was like, this is for me, and he was like, I like the challenge of meeting people, meeting new people, because I feel like that's what a lot of people are kind of scared of, is like being in somewhere
You're scared
alone.
of the unknown, just like what you don't even know, like,
Right.
But that's real because me being just like pretty naturally introverted, it broke me out of that. Like even now, it might not even seem that much because I've grown. But when I first moved there, bro, I didn't know anybody, and
Yeah.
no one knew me.
Right.
And what's kind of strange about that, with that happening, it made me become more of myself. Because being here, like where people like I went to high school here, so
Yeah.
like someone from high school I saw that I haven't seen in 6 years, they're gonna expect the last person they remember me to be as,
Yeah.
and that's not who I am.
The last version of you, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like when I moved up there, I would say, "Yo, yeah, I'm Intro." They'd be like, "Oh, what's up, Intro?"
Yeah.
Rather than like, "No, your name is."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
What was first, Canada or LA?
Canada.
Okay.
Canada, yeah.
What brought you to Canada? And kind of just like tell me about that experience, specifically,
Word.
Montreal.
I graduated 2016, and I moved out like probably 3 weeks after. Moved out of my mom's house.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, bro, that was a wild thing too. 'Cause,
That's
like,
wild,
I didn't
dude.
even really like tell her either.
You're
I
a
kinda
wild
just left.
boy, yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
and yeah, shit. It wasn't even really a bad thing. Like me and my mom weren't.
Yeah,
beefing or
like it
nothing.
wasn't like you were like, fuck you, Mom.
No. It was just
But like
like
that's crazy.
I was like ready. I was like I knew like I was about to be out of there as soon as I graduated, and I could. So I moved in with my cousin. We had a house. It was actually his old house, and he just moved back into it. And we had another roommate, and I lived there for about a year. And we no, I'm gonna just give the whole fucking story.
Yeah, dude,
I'm
go
over here
ahead.
like tiptoeing.
That's
like,
why
should I
we're
say
here.
this? Should I
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
No, but who I was actually beefing with was my aunt. And we ended up getting into it, and she was basically my landlord too. So after a year of me living there, she unexpectedly hit me with a like, yeah, you got to find somewhere else to go. And this isn't me not talking down on her, because I was like fucking up too and doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
But like I was like, fuck, I didn't think this would happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at that same time, all this is going on, my best friend from like childhood, like middle school, his name's Ryan, and we're reconnecting type shit. We ain't talked in like 2 years, and he's like, yo, blah, 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 blah. I'm always visiting you, bro. When you gonna come visit me? This and that. I'm like, man, I gotta find somewhere to live.
Right.
This, that, and going on. Like, I just got kicked out the crib. He's like, shit, move up here. I'm like, bro,
Are
this
you
is no time
me?
for games, bro.
Come on.
What am I fixing to do
time.
in fucking Canada?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, all right. So I don't talk to him for like a week and a half. He calls me back. He's like, hey, bro, I got you a job. I'm like, all right, bet. So,
oh, shit.
Yeah, bro. So I got a passport, and between the time of like it taking the passport to come in the mail, I'm like getting shit together. I throw a show. It was Intro and Friends. That shit. Do you remember that show? I'm trying to think where it was. Fuck. It was in those warehouses. Have you ever been to 1015 West Kirkland?
Where All True is.
All True Creative. You know who that is?
I'm not sure. No.
Oh, we gotta put you on.
Sounds
But
fun.
Yeah. It's across.
Okay.
Bro, it was this whole thing. That was. I had to throw that in there because I thought about it when you were talking about what gave you the things to want to do this. I threw that show. And man, that really was a big indicator of like, oh shit, I got a
it's
voice.
happening.
Yeah, I got a voice
Yeah.
here. Because it was like, man, maybe like 150 people.
That's a
something
lot,
like,
though,
But
man.
like, yeah, bro, I'm 18.
It's a lot of
and
people, period.
I don't have a project or nothing
Yeah.
else. It's just me and like the other homies around here who are like Ronin Black, Delta Fish. Who else did I put on the show? Just me and the homies, man. But all that happens. And then I fucking move. I go to Canada. People don't even know I'm leaving. That's why I'm throwing this show.
Oh, shit.
I move, and man, that was just Canada really like pushed me off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? Because it was different.
Sink or swim. Like,
yeah,
at that
it was
point.
even more different than me recently moving to LA because it's a different country.
Yeah.
Anywhere I move to in America is kind of gonna be the same a little bit just because
Yeah.
you're in America, but Canada. You don't think about it being a completely different world because it's like right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But even just when I get off the plane and shit's in kilometers
Yeah, you're
and
like,
Celsius,
yeah.
I'm just like, oh shit.
It's a different world.
It's different, bro. And to be real, bro, like I came back and I was that guy who was always talking about his trip.
Yeah.
Because that shit really changed me.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That
It
experience.
gutted me like a fish, like from not knowing anybody and having to like learn how to like make my way. And it was kind of already in me as a person, but really having to like, again, I was 19, bro.
Yeah,
like
you're young as fuck. You're a baby.
another thing, like I'm legal up there. The drinking age and like
Oh,
age
okay.
to get into stuff is
know.
18.
Wow.
So like I'm getting like I'm
Going
growing up
Going to bars and shit.
and growing
yeah.
up quick and like yeah, man.
What when you were in Canada, where did your kind of like music and stuff progress whenever you went there? Like did you collab with a lot of people, you know, or like did you meet, like what was the scene like, I guess is the question I'm asking.
That's something that like as I look back, I wish I would have gotten into more because I was so like it was almost like a second puberty, bro. Like
Yeah.
because
That's a good analogy.
no, it really
Yeah.
was though, because like at the same time, this is when all my friends are going off to college. So now it's like it's different for me because instead of going off to college, I'm going off here and
Yeah.
like finding my way this way. So like
College of life.
yeah, man,
Like
and life
the
is
university of life.
bro. Life University is a crazy fucking like alumni to be a part of.
Yeah.
Like,
For real.
but honestly though, like my music. I want to give you a real educated answer.
No, I'm just asking, like, kind of tell me, like, what the scene, I guess, was.
No,
up
for
there,
real.
You
Like,
know,
it was like, it was different because this is my opinion. What I saw was if you sounded American, you were going to blow up more so than if you sounded like Montreal. And what they were having going on. And I noticed me, even just whenever I did go out, I got a different type of attention.
Yeah.
And like, I got, not like a privilege or anything like that, but it was just like I was automatically interesting because I was American.
Yeah, it's
You know
just
what I mean?
it's something new. I mean, if all right, say you're at a bar and you know you run into somebody and you see he's got a British accent, you're gonna at least be like, who are you? You know
exactly what
you
you're
know
doing here.
it's just unfamiliar because like you were talking about, we all grew up in Nashville. We see people that we went to high school and shit with. You're like, oh, I know you. I know there's like there's like 5 archetypes of people
of this.
you
Yes,
know?
yeah, no.
And then when you go somewhere else, there's 5 different ones and that you don't even know.
And that's kind of the thing is like as soon as I said anything,
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, you're not from here.
You're
And I'm like, no, I'm saying, and like,
yeah,
you feel me?
little
Using
country,
all
talking
these,
slow,
like, bro,
yeah.
so slow.
Like
I'm
because like my country or my family's country is shit too.
You know,
so like yeah.
No, they have like, it's funny, bro. Canadians, they talk like everything is a question. Like
Going to McDonald's,
bro. I swear, bro. And every end of every sentence goes up at the end. It like goes up. And it's like, you know, that's like the A.
Yeah.
Like if you're not Canadian, a thing I picked up on, like, or not even if you're not Canadian. To be real, if you're just like not white, instead of saying A, you're like, you know, or like, like you do this, huh? Or you're going over there, huh? Or like you're gonna reach us at the McDonald's, huh? Or the Timmy's, huh?
Yeah.
Like shit is wild, bro. They have a whole different type of slang. Being vexed instead of being mad. Like
I mean, we got some funky stuff down here too, man.
we do have
just,
fucked up
just
slang.
in Tennessee.
Even
Period.
just no
like,
cap.
yeah, just like what is? I'm sure now I'm sure made its way globally, but like that it started around here.
Oh, yeah,
on the southern part of Twitter.
Yeah, for sure. It's
like,
funny. I started like no cap is in my vocabulary now, and it started as a joke.
Yeah.
Like I would say it so much as a joke that now I say it for real. Because I'm like, man, niggas be like, no cap, and it's like, nah, I say it like,
Yeah.
fuck, this ain't a joke no more.
Okay, so tell me, you moved back home after Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lived there for
Kind of just let's go through that kind of this
It was
storyline.
I feel like it was about 11 months, but I had a girlfriend up there too. So even when I moved back, I was going back and forth like every month, every other month. So
Yeah.
it was basically
Your second
a
home.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did turn into that for a minute, of me going back and forth. And when I moved back, I stayed with my mom for like maybe a month, and then I got my apartment. And that was a big thing because I didn't have a roommate no more. It was me. I had just turned 20, something like that, because we went to LA for that birthday. Yeah. And so I think I just turned 20, and I had my studio in the crib, and that was when I feel like things really kicked up, and I was really getting into like, music is like, because I wouldn't say it was a hobby ever, but it was more so like people were noticing what I was doing. I was putting out songs
Naturally.
Yeah, and it wasn't a thing of me like, I really just got into myself. I had started making this project that ended up turning into the Lost Tapes, and the Lost Tapes was these songs that my laptop crashed, and I only had like the MP3 versions of like the last version that I had made of these songs, and they were still like, I look back on them and I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? But like, it's a marker in like what the hell I was doing, because
a marker, era of time in that era.
because I can look back and see like, oh man, those ideas were bubbling then. Those were like the very, very beginnings of like the
It's like
sound
the embryo of like what you are now.
Yeah,
like,
man. But yeah, that came product of me having the studio in my fucking bedroom, and being able to do that.
And you're just like tracking yourself out,
Yeah, I'm doing everything myself.
like
Again, like, and instead of ripping these beats from YouTube, I'm leasing them.
Yeah.
And actually buying beats, and I did make a couple beats on that tape.
making it more legit. I mean, more legitimate. Getting more serious.
Yeah, because even when I was in Canada, I had a little project too that I put together, but it was just like.
Did you put it out, or was it just something
I think
that you made?
I think it might be on SoundCloud. But even doing that, it's just like every step I was growing, and that's what I'm
progress.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as I'm talking about it and looking back on it. But when I had come back from Canada, man, I really started to like, again, just like hone in on like what I wanted to get out of this.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, because I knew that like, and I still feel like in my spirit that music is not the end all be all for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I don't just.
I relate to that because even with this is my main, my main thing right now. But there's so many other things that I want to do with my brand. So I completely relate to that.
Yeah, and I don't like. I hate. Not even say hate, but I never like. I don't like when people say, "Oh, I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist." Like because I am a rapper.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I don't feel like calling myself a rapper reduces anything.
Yeah, no, it doesn't reduce the validity of like
exactly. No,
you as a person.
Exactly. Like, and I'm both. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I anyway, after the Lost Tapes, after the Lost Tapes and that shit happened, I had the idea of going to LA. Because when I dropped the Lost Tapes, I was in LA. This was my 22nd birthday, and this was the day before Kobe died, or the day Kobe died. We were in LA, and I dropped the Lost Tapes, and yeah, that shit was.
This is not even that long ago either,
bro.
Like,
it feels so long ago.
All of this, but like all this, you're talking about 19. This is like we're talking in a span. When you moved 19, this is like fast, a lot of fast movement. And all the while, you're trying to perfect your craft. At the same time, finding other ways to creatively express yourself. Like you were saying, maybe it's music, maybe it's modeling and stuff. But like it's cool that even you didn't like take a moment, like say you moved to Canada and just didn't record anything.
Yeah, bro.
Does that make sense? Like you didn't stop.
I see exactly.
Like you didn't move and then just kind of be like, I'm not feeling it. And then because think about it, if you would have stopped, then the progress, one step forward, two steps back.
That 10,000 hours, bro. This clock is always going. Like time is fake and real at the same time. It's such a thing where it's like there's no point. I had to get. It's always like a healthy balance or a balance that I'm trying to fight of when I'm not making music to not get down on myself for not making music.
Yeah,
because I know exactly what
feeling guilty.
I know that feeling of like. Even if I'm just playing video games for a minute, I'm like, man, I should be writing some music right now instead of playing 2K.
That's what I was telling. This little month window that I took off, I had to reflect. It helped me reflect because I've done the podcast for 2 years, and I was in that mode to where I was. It was almost toxic how much time that I was spending on this. Does that make sense? Because, like, yes, I was improving my...
Yeah, because you burned out.
I was just burnt out, man. And it's not that I was giving up or, like, I'm going to, because I'm in too deep now. Yeah. Like, I've reached a point to where it would be stupid, even for you, it would be stupid for you to just quit music.
Bro,
because you have momentum and traction.
Yeah, I think it's a Nipsey Hussle quote where it's like, you're way further than where you were when you started now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, like...
And it would be so dumb for anyone who takes their stuff seriously,
bro,
to stop now.
Because you're just gonna end up going back. Like, bro, you put it in a good little perspective for me when you just said that. Because, yeah, I lived in Canada like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's not that long, man.
Man, and but it's so much has happened in that time where it feels like forever.
Yeah,
and like
for sure.
I look at it and I see where I'm at now, and I would not change anything. Do
you feel like proud of like, I guess, I'm sure that there was days that, there's no such thing as like a perfect life, but like I'm sure there's days where like you have bad days and stuff, but do you feel happy with like the product of all your decisions, I guess?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I have to be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it'd be, yeah.
And not even to say it like that, like, but to be real, like, I'm responsible for everything that's happened. You know what I mean? And I am very aware. And I feel like as humans, a lot of times we not even lie to ourselves, but we find justification in our actions. You know what I'm saying? And I do that a lot when I will be like, because right from wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you will justify something to make it be like, okay, it's okay to do this.
Yeah.
But all that to say, like, without me doing those things and whether they turned out good or bad, I learned from them. And I'm moving. Yeah, you
transposed the energy. I mean, literally, like, I'm fairly spiritual, but I don't like collect crystals and shit. But like, literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a crystal guy, but like, I hear this a lot on like, you know, the spiritual side of social media. You can, if there's something very bad that happened, negative energy in your life, you can, it's all the same because it's strong as fuck energy. You know, if something
Bro,
very
that shit
bad,
exists, yeah.
you can transpose it into something very positive. You know,
energy it's not gonna be
Yeah.
destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta
exactly,
manipulate it.
and it's strong. Like
And-
when something really bad happens, that's really strong energy. You got to be fucking Goku and turn it into a spirit bomb.
You gotta
like,
manipulate that shit.
I
bro.
mean-
you got to, and that's where I feel like, again, I'm cool with everything that's happened, and like everything that's happened has really taught me something. Because on the other side of it, there's a gap in like this timeline that I'm third eye. So after the Lost Tapes, after I come back from LA this trip, I meet Chuck Indigo. And it's crazy because I met Chuck Indigo before I moved to LA. I mean, before I moved to Canada, I'm sorry. But it was only a 1-day thing, and it was the kind of thing where it's like I've been listening to his music, and I didn't know who he was. So when I met him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, follow me," blah blah blah. I was like, "Nigga, this is you."
I already do.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, it was a whole
Yeah.
thing. So, yeah. Anyway, so we do this thing. He does this thing. He creates this group, Third Eye, and he approaches me with this idea, and he wants me to be a part of it. And me going back to growing up and being in school, I've always been more or less pretty popular, but I never had a group. You know, like
Yeah, for
people
sure.
who had those groups that
Yeah.
they just rode. You know what I'm saying? 4 of them or whatever it is.
Right.
That sat at lunch.
A group message, like,
Man,
yeah.
all of that. Yeah, no, that was not me.
Yeah.
I was cool with everybody, but that left me like when things would happen, I didn't have the group to go to them with.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where there was a football game or
For
this
sure.
or that, it was just
Yeah,
like,
no, I relate to that.
So I say that to because when I got in this and when I was being a part of Third Eye, it really was a whole different thing, and again reaffirmed everything that I thought. Like I'm seeing other people like do certain things and do them a certain way, and I'm like, I'm doing this.
I'm on the right
Bet
path.
I'm
Yeah.
on the right path
Yeah.
because a lot of times I'm the youngest out of the groups that I'm a part of, and this I think it's me and Demo are the youngest, and it's like I see it and I'm like, man, I'm already on this thing that the homies that I'm looking up to are like, I'm on the right path type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see that when I'm watching interviews of people who are already famous and doing these things, it's like they're saying things that are they're figuring out, and I'm like, man, bet.
Cool.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm getting
I have the
this
same
now.
thoughts.
I'm
Yeah.
getting this now. Yeah. So an iron sharpens iron situation for sure. Yeah.
So, what that group? Did you guys make like, you know, songs and projects together?
Yeah,
Like kind of.
we're on that
Okay.
right now. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So you
we have-
still like that's still like a working, growing
Yeah.
microorganism. like
with Third Eye, man, we're also individual that like we can branch off and do our own things
yeah.
and still have this camaraderie and this
Yeah.
thing to where when we come together, like I just had a session with Strames, Demo, and Chuck, and we made a song, mixed it, made the video the next week, and put it out.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
And it was like nothing. It
Yeah.
felt so regular, bro.
Yeah.
Like, check out Evident, by the way.
That's
but
tight. That's tight.
for real, man.
It's cool that it's like Earth Gang. I don't listen to a lot of them, but like, you know I'm familiar with them, and like it's like there's like 5 or 6 of them. Like Jid is in it or something, but like he'll go off and, you know, do his solo thing.
Yeah, Earth Gang is 2 people, but Dreamville, I know what you mean. I know what
Okay,
you mean.
maybe I swear I thought
Spillage Village.
That's what it
That's
is.
what you're talking
That's
about.
what it
Yeah,
is. Earth Gang is in Spillage Village
yeah,
with
yeah.
Jid
and Black.
That's
and Reba.
yeah. That's what it is.
No.
But like they branch off, but then they might come together. You know.
And put some dope shit together,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, that's man, when it's a whole bunch of young guys that are like really trying to figure some shit out, bro, there's gonna be times where it's like we're all growing at the same time. And I can relate that to even just me and my mom. My mom had me young as hell, so like there was a lot of times where me and her were growing up at the same time. And you see that static
Yeah.
that can come from that. And man, when you go off, and then when I moved to Canada, I had such a big reconciliation with that thing with my mom, because I'm like, oh shit, bro, you're 19
Yeah.
and I'm what 4.
Yeah.
And you're coming home after school and work, and I'm crying. Like, of course you're gonna be frustrated. Like, you're a kid.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
think
like,
growing up, there's a lot of things that it's like there's some resentment we all have with our parents for a certain thing, but there's also some things like once you grow up, you're like, damn,
Like, my bad.
I would have been exactly. I would have done the same. I would be just as
Bro, I was
I just
wild and like, and I wasn't even that. I was like a wild kid.
Yeah, my
but just-
bad.
I can
Yeah.
just look back and just be like, man,
I was
bet.
yeah.
That was dumb.
I get it. Yeah,
That was dumb. Like,
but I mean, it's sad because some people don't ever like come to that realization. They
Absolutely.
still hold like resentment to their parents, or
yeah, and I mean, it's a slippery slope because you
It
never
is.
know. Like, I can't. If you just told me your whole life story,
Yeah.
I would probably find some things where it'd be like, man, I don't agree with you on that. And you're
Right.
Like, but you don't get it because you're not me.
Yeah, you
So
weren't- yeah.
when it comes to shit like that, I can't fully just like condemn or anybody for anything.
It's not a
but-
blanket statement for sure, but
yeah, I do know what you mean. I do know
Yeah.
what you mean because a lot of times it's like I just try and give. I have a song called Perspective, and I'm really, really, really big on that alone. Just like putting yourself in someone else's shoes and trying to see what like makes them type shit.
Yeah.
And how a situation would feel on the other side. So like with the parents and shit, it's like you can just imagine like, man, you have this thing that you have to teach everything. to. This thing is literally
to put on your socks, to
Bro,
use the
it knows
bathroom,
nothing.
everything.
It knows absolutely nothing. So with that being said, it's only gonna know the extent of what you know.
What you know, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that shit.
It's crazy.
yeah,
man.
yeah, for real. But,
Okay, so let's talk about unless we're in this timeline, does LA follow like
yeah,
right after this?
pretty much right after, yeah. So
Okay, let's talk
after-
about that. Your experiences with that, the scene out there, just kind of yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it comes around that time. So yeah,
Okay.
after I'm in Third Eye for a little bit, I have the idea of Welcome to Next Year, the album.
Okay, yeah.
And I work on that for about a year. And while I'm working on that, I'm knowing that I'm going to be eventually moving to LA. So while I'm making it, I'm kind of visualizing and feeling like, what do I want to listen to while I'm out there? And at that time, I was listening to a lot of Wiz, like old Wiz, which somehow I figured out that it goes with LA because it had a lot of bounce to it.
Yeah, it kind of
That LA music kind of has, and LA music is very sing along, not in like a do way, but like a
Yeah.
tribal type
Yeah,
college chant
for
party
sure.
type.
for sure.
And I wanted to take that and mesh it with like what I was doing, like southern wise and instrumental wise, and just mix it with my own thing. And that's how Welcome to Next Year, the sound came about, because I knew I'd be living in LA. So when I move out there, I'm listening to it out there, and it's like, yeah, this makes sense. I'm on the side of a mountain looking at palm trees and looking at the city. I'm like, yeah, this is perfect.
This is great.
Yeah, and the scene out there, man, it's crazy because you can meet someone from California, period, and be like, oh yeah, I get it. You're different.
Yeah.
You're there, but because bro, it's summer all the time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like I'm looking at the seasons change and people putting on coats and jackets
Yeah.
and changing their outfits from Instagram from here or wherever else. But out there, I'm still wearing shorts.
Yeah, and short sleeves.
We're partying like at night because in our shorts, and it's crazy, bro. It's a whole thing, and that change it didn't change me, but it made me like be like, man, I don't know if I like this.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like I won't say it's fake. I won't say it's fake. That's not the right word, but it's like it almost feels like an illusion.
Yeah, because it's
It's-
not real life. I mean,
but
it
it
is.
is.
It's reality, but like do you feel like? All right. Do you feel like there was a certain point to where you like weren't as productive as you wanted to be? Like, did you get distracted a lot, or like
You can't.
Like,
I can see that being a thing. Like I wouldn't say that it necessarily happened for me, but you can very well get lost in the sauce.
yeah, like
you can
you make
well-
one hit song, you sign a deal, fly out there, and then you lose, you go bankrupt party.
Yeah, bro. Because
I'm
it's
sure
like-
that like
there was times I'm like, bro, it's Tuesday night. Why am I out?
yeah,
Why am I not at home right now?
Right.
And like again, you can take that a couple ways, man. Like I end up talking to the underachievers. You remember Flatbush Zombies?
yeah,
And
yeah.
like,
There was
so-
like another group. It was like New York. Yeah,
Yeah, there's this guy, his name's Issa, and he is a part of the underachievers. And I was talking to him, I didn't even realize it was him.
Oh, wow.
Type shit. And that's LA shit too, bro.
Yeah.
Like name dropping. it's like I've caught myself accidentally doing it.
Yeah.
But it's because like the shit just happens.
Yeah.
Like I
Like,
partied
yeah, I
with
was-
Earl Sweatshirt, and it was just like it wasn't on purpose. He was just also at the same
Holy
party as me.
shit.
It's wild. But again, going back to what I'm saying, we were talking about this. It's like you want to go out to have experiences, to have things to talk about in your music, or you want to stay in and just work on the craft,
Work
and
on
doing
the
that.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then what are you gonna talk about?
Yeah.
And that's just like a weird kind of like paradox that we were kind of discussing. And I took that, and that's kind of how I navigated LA. I was like, while I'm here, if someone hits me up to do something, I am just going to do it. Because who knows? Like, I want to have this time again if I was home. So fuck it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I wouldn't say it was distracting, but I can see how you could definitely just get like,
lost in the sauce.
Get lost in that,
Yeah.
man. Get lost in that. Like,
Did what kind of what was your number one takeaway from LA? Like your number one experience or number one thing that you were like, wow, I came here and I learned this, or like, you know, meeting who did you meet that was like really important? Just tell me something prominent that happened there.
man, I think again, I want to give you like a real answer.
Go ahead. I mean, dude, just you
It-
you don't have to be deep. You can just be like, hey, I went to Denny's and it was great.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I mean,
man,
you know,
it was because there was so much. Like,
tell me.
it's wild.
It don't
because
have to be
up
one
there,
thing, but yeah.
Like it, time moves different. Time is like a week is like a month because so much shit happens.
Yeah. Every
like,
day it's like, all right, let's go get breakfast.
go
We're
do
doing this at lunch, and
I'm
then
doing this, and I'm moving here. And
Yeah.
I'm going to here. I got to go look at these things.
Yeah.
I got a photo shoot with this. I
Yeah.
got to like go, bro. Like so, I think the thing I took away from it was that like, bro, this shit is for the taking, first and foremost, because it's if you can meet one person and you can be in so and so's music video, and then you can be
Yeah.
on a billboard the next day
Holy
because
shit.
this person saw you.
Oh my
it can
God.
happen like that.
Yeah.
And I
That's
caught
so
myself
crazy.
being at parties with like again these blue check mark people, these people I'm seeing on
Right.
Twitter and Instagram and da 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 da, and it's like I'm here, and on a psychology point, it's like since no one knows me and I'm at this party, it's like who the fuck is this dude? And I'm seeing myself
Yeah.
getting in these whatever circles on the strength of like just being around.
Yeah.
And bro, like
Just
it's,
introducing yourself.
man, it's wild, bro. It's wild because I'm seeing things and I'm like, man, this is fake as fuck. And again, it just makes me like be myself. And that's what I'm gonna take from it. That's gonna be my
Yeah.
answer out of all that
Yeah,
rambling. It's
for
like,
sure.
man, being yourself, bro, is gonna take you wherever you need to be at. Because this shit is written, like really. Like I saw just like me being me, and again doing these things. People fuck with that.
Dude, think about how exhausting it is to try and not be yourself and
Bro,
be fake.
If I woke up as someone else, I would kill myself.
I mean,
If I woke up and walked to the bathroom, and looked in the mirror, and I
Yeah.
was not me, I would immediately kill myself. Because I see it. You can see it so clearly when someone is like just trying to feed you some shit, or just like not what they're presented as. Like, last night I went to shout out CE Gallery. They had Foxy Brown. They had this event, and I met this guy, and man, it was like the best compliment I feel like I've gotten in a long time, because he came up to me and I was telling the homie earlier, he was like, bro, I see you on Instagram, or I see you and I followed you, and every time I see you out, it's exactly as
That's you.
advertised.
That's
You know
intro,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
And that is like,
that's a great compliment,
bro, like, because I
honestly.
try and run with that, because I see the opposite. I see this, and then I meet people, and I'm like, damn.
There's a lot of people. I don't have anybody specifically in mind, but there's a lot of people who they put on this front on like social media, I guess maybe to try and look cooler, or they think that they should have this opinion or something, or do this because they think that that's what's going to get them validation.
And yeah, I see it as like, it's a couple. I have a couple like theories about it, but the other side of it is I've met people who are exactly their Instagram page, and what I mean by that is like they're a walking Instagram page. Like there's
Ooh,
nothing.
yeah.
There's nothing other.
Yeah,
than
it's
that.
consumed them. It's like it's infected them.
It's
to every action that they take in life.
Bro.
It's completely
It's terrifying.
engulfed them. Yeah,
It's terrifying. Like I saw a tweet. It was like Black Mirror has stopped making episodes because they can't beat life right
they're
now.
like shit.
Because Black Mirror when it came out, it was like, damn, like this is scary.
Can
Because
you
this
imagine?
Could happen.
Yeah,
bro, but this shit is happening.
and like the creators are like, oh shit,
Like,
we're running out of ideas here.
man.
Like,
because I see it, man. I see it, and that was the thing in LA too. It's like you try and like capture what you it's weird. You try and capture like what you think is gonna make you feel better, but it's not there. It's not there. Something really profound someone told me the other day is that we're kind of going backwards as a society because our technology is taking us astronomical places like the metaverse and all this. It's crazy in advancement, but it's really regression because it's not in the physical. Like think about it like this. So you run a mile on the treadmill, but you run a mile around the neighborhood. What are you going to be more fulfilled doing?
probably the treadmill because it's easier, right?
You would think, bro. But like, if you ran a mile around this neighborhood
It would feel.
with the trees,
I would feel more
and
accomplished
the-
outside. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And that's like in us as humans. You know what I'm saying? Just making something with your hand, drawing, like writing something rather than typing something. Yeah, one might be easier and more convenient.
Yeah.
But writing a letter, you haven't gotten a letter in how long? But if you got one, someone wrote to you, you'd be like, damn.
He put his heart in.
Fucking good, you know, rather than them sending
A
that as
text.
a text message.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's kind of what he was touching on. And
Because, well, if you think about it, so like technology, 100 years ago, let's look at, 1922. They were just coming out with cars. That was very productive, better ways to farm, industry, factories and stuff to where stuff was more like convenient and just, better. What we're creating now is just better cameras.
we have the thing, but we're just making that better.
We're just pretty much making the same thing though.
And that's the thing. We're not making a new wheel.
Like don't get exactly.
That's kind of the
like,
point I'm trying to.
The new Xbox is cool, but if you really think about it, you could still play with the Xbox One. You don't really need the Series X.
Yeah, and that's why like also the metaverse is kind of a thing where you remember fucking Wall-E, bro? They were just in those chairs. Sitting and just not moving and not having to do anything, bro. You don't have to get up. Like, that's kind of what's gonna end up happening.
Fed by a robot and
and that's like we're not gonna end up driving in a minute. We're gonna be, having the self. And I'm not saying this is bad. I don't really
not
care.
100%. I know. I just think that we should really
we
need to go outside.
We have to hone in and like that's where like fulfillment is really gonna come from, like the physical, bro. Like you see it like literally killing people, trying to find validation from people that have no idea. You check your stories, you check this, you check that. I sound old, but like I'm not even like I'm not necessarily saying Instagram is a bad thing, this is a bad thing, that's a bad thing.
It's a useful tool.
But you can see again, and I would see it in my experiences where it's like it can be harmful. Yeah. Cause I have to use it. I have to promote. I have to put out music on this. I have to do all these things. You can't not.
As far as like a creator goes, like if you're trying to get into entertainment, you can't not. There's probably ways, but it's much more difficult now.
Yeah, and I saw the homie Tim Gent. He made a tweet and he was saying like, man, I want to pull it up because I don't want to misquote him, but it was basically under the scope of like, is content creation killing art? And it was just like an open discussion. He created a dialogue for it, and I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
I want to say my gut tells me no, because isn't that what art is creation? But then again, there's like I'm big on YouTube. I watch YouTube every day.
It's content creation killing the art.
So let me get this off real quick.
No, go ahead.
So I love YouTube. I watch YouTube every day. We all do. But like, I really like vlogs and stuff. Like I used to do that as well. I got hundreds of YouTube videos, and like I see it. I like the art of it.
I fuck with that. No, I fuck with Wiz Khalifa's day to day.
Like that type of shit.
That was a big thing for me.
So there's this guy, David Dobrik. I'm sure you've heard of him at least. He's the GOAT of like, he figured it out, his formula. He sticks to it. He doesn't change. There's a couple new YouTubers like of like this TikTok generation who is literally just kind of copying him.
Yeah.
And like the formula, the format, and it's like, yeah, like you did it. You're pulling, 500,000 views, but like the integrity, it's not really like,
No, you're hitting.
It doesn't make me feel like I'll tune in because I'm trying to figure out how did this get, so many views.
No, I'm all the way with you.
You know what
on
I'm
that.
saying?
And that's kind
and
of
not to knock him, he's doing his thing, and if he's happy, dude, that's great because it's hard to be happy. Like it can be difficult in this fucking crazy ass world, but like like David Dobrik already had his style and he did it, and now other people are doing it, and the integrity is it's questionable.
And that's where I see it, where like I'm gonna end up like I haven't yet, because I'm figuring out what I want to do on TikTok, because I definitely fuck with just content, period.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what we need, bro. I use this thing where it's like I started following Drake, and I'm like, bro, Drake is the most famous person in the world,
Yeah.
and he posts pretty frequently
Every day, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. He's not too cool to post. He's not too cool to like put out content.
he doesn't delete his pictures.
Yeah,
either.
bro.
It's
Like,
just-
and we need that. You need to have, as what we're doing right now to keep up with the times. You got to have content. And I want to actually like
yeah.
say,
Go ahead.
like, a homie was like,
So say the question again.
is content creation, content in quotations, is content creation killing the art? And one of my favorite answers was no, but also 100%.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
literally, like, you can tell when someone is doing, like, kind of what I was saying earlier. You can tell when someone's like faking it in front of you. You can tell when someone's doing something for not themselves.
Yeah.
You can tell when it's like not intentional.
Yes.
And that you have to have intention with your doing. And someone else also said, nothing can kill the art. We can tell the difference, again, between art and content.
Yeah.
But when the artist gets heavy into the content game, it closes the gap of authenticity and anticipation. You know
I think
what I'm saying?
authenticity is a big word too, because like think about Drewski.
Yeah. What about, yeah.
Hilarious.
Mhm.
Okay, he does he uses
nigga's
content
funny,
creation.
bro.
He's great. But like there was other people who did like skits and stuff like that, but he found a way to like pick his lane. It's like a sub lane.
Yeah.
You know?
It's he ended off that quote by saying it's sacrificial. You got to think of like kind of what you were saying when you were like just pumping out podcasts,
Yeah.
pumping them out,
Mindlessly.
You have content for days.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point where it's like, I touch on this where it's like when people get write-ups for their songs or anything that they do.
Yeah.
If no one reads it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if fucking Time Magazine posted it. If no one's interested,
Yeah.
it's just there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like having content, like, and I don't agree with like if no one looks at it, you gotta, if it doesn't get enough likes, I should just delete it. No, man. But at the end of the day, it's like we're all doing this for a reason. And like me personally, like this shit isn't paying any bills, so I got to do something that's gonna figure out and
Exactly.
it's a means to an end
Yes.
to get to the next thing. So
Yeah.
that
100%,
content
man.
creation nothing can kill the art.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think that's the most valid statement. Nothing. It won't actually. There. People see through shit.
But, yeah, man, you gotta just like be very intentional about things.
I think that there's some people. Cause like I feel like this is my calling to do this. Okay, I do this for like.
That's dope.
So like for, you were saying doing stuff for yourself. I do this stuff because I feel fulfilled when I put this out, and I'm like, wow, I put out that announcement video clip, and I'm like, damn, bro, I did this shit,
Yeah, bro.
And I see the episode 127 on YouTube. I'm like, wow, I feel accomplished. It's funny because it's like I need the validation from people, but
You're
I don't.
human, bro.
I need it because, like, literally.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
because
you want to grow this.
That's how it grows.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
not because I need it in like that episode 1 of Black Mirror where her rating is going. Not that.
It needs that. Yeah, yeah.
I need it from like a business perspective, quote unquote.
Yes.
But I don't need it just because it's like, fuck, man, this got 50 views. Like, no, I don't care.
But like, but
like,
honestly, I do. Like, I can't
Yeah.
say that I don't. I can't say that like, if I put out "Welcome to Next Year" and it only got
affects you.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro, like, because like the same thing, you put that work into it. You did that, and you did that, and you did all these things, and it's like, fuck, like, but no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But honestly, I saw with making "Welcome to Next Year" the approach I took with it, the care and everything I put into it. It gave me a different output than other things I've done where I didn't care as much or didn't put as much into it, or you know what I mean? It didn't get received the same way. So that goes all the way back into, again, you got to really be intentional and care about what you're doing, because like someone somewhere is gonna feel and see it. You know what I
for
mean?
sure,
Like,
absolutely. Even if it's just your family member.
bro. Yeah,
You know,
bro. Like,
because like when I used to make music too, and like I did it for a few years, and like my brother, he's the only one that still listens to my SoundCloud, you know. And I'm like, if 5 years ago I would be sad that no one listened to it, but now it's like, bro, my little brother is like my #1 fan, you know.
That's what I'm saying. There's certain songs where I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna delete this shit. Fuck this.
Yeah.
But then I'm seeing it still get streamed
Yeah.
in fucking Argentina somewhere
like,
by
what
someone.
the hell?
And I'm like, well, bro, if he wants to keep listening to this shit,
It's
gonna stay up.
Yeah,
for real.
That's
like,
gonna stay on. That's gonna exist.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's dope as fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you with this last little segment here, and then you could say anything else you want, but I'm gonna propose this last little segment. Say this is the first time anybody in my little audience has ever seen you or heard your music. What would you want to say to them? Like, what would you think a message is like, hey, I do this. This is my, my goal. This is what I think I, feel like I'm supposed to be doing. Like, just what would you say to a person that this is their first time ever meeting you virtually, because,
Man, it's something, and people who know me, I've told this to them as well. It's like, when I meet someone for the first time, very rarely do I tell them, I'm like, yo, I'm this rapper that does this and da-da-da-da-da, and go check out and go listen to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. A walking billboard.
Yeah, no, man, because at the end of the day, I want whoever to like me. Because if you like me, you're going to like anything I do. If I make you a grilled cheese sandwich and you like me, you're going to be like, damn, bro, this shit is good.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because I fuck with you. And like, that's kind of the approach I take with this, man, because I feel like a lot of times you see these artists, or you see not even just art, but you see anyone that has a platform, but then you meet them and they don't meet your expectations that you've already created for them. And whether that's right or wrong, is just like, I want, again, anyone who has met me and they see me up doing whatever, it's like, yo, I'm really happy for him because he is a dope person.
Yeah, he's a good person.
And I fuck with him having this. So that's for whoever doesn't know me. Yeah, it's like, I hope you fuck with anything I do, because like, I've seen it, man. I've seen it. Me and the homies, we had a summer where we rode bikes all summer, and we saw that because people fuck with us. They started buying bikes and they started riding bikes too.
Hell yeah,
and that shit was real.
That's tight.
That shit, he's like, I'm the proof.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying. So like,
that's tight.
The thing, man. So I really it's integrity based.
Right.
It's based in that. So yeah. And welcome to next year.
Hell yeah.
Keep them with that.
All right, so is there anything else that you want to say, man? We're at an hour. This shit goes by quick as fuck. Dope. But is there anything else you want to say? Like literally, before I send you off. This is awesome, bro. I appreciate this. Was incredible.
I appreciate you. Welcome to nextyear.com. That's all you need to do. Go there, hit every link that's on there, watch everything that's on there. Like that's me, man. That's my life right now. I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on, but I got it.
Not yet.
I
Not
got it
ready.
coming. I
Not
got it
ready
coming,
to.
man. So yo, welcome to next year. Still, that's me right now.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you though.
Yeah,
man.
dude,
I
this was
appreciate
awesome, man. I'm glad that we could finally, get this in and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
connect. Because,
For
like,
sure.
this is something I noticed because, like I said, I was doing music for a while. And, like, there's not a lot of people who will sit down with, like, a local independent artist. And it helps. It helps me because I have content. And it helps you because you can connect with your fans.
Man, yeah,
And,
like
sit down for an hour instead of just you. Like, don't get me wrong. Say you post an Instagram story. It's cool, but it's like, that's from your perspective.
yeah,
You
man.
know?
And people
So
like
this is
again,
just something more
people don't know who we
in
are.
depth. Yes.
We all have a voice behind the voice you hear on a song.
Yeah.
So like who was it? It might be Tyler the Creator has a quote that's like, "Don't talk to me in your rapper voice." You know what I mean? Like because we really have something to say, man. So yeah, people like you are important.
Thank you, man.
For
I
having
just,
this.
like I said, dude, I feel like this is my calling, man, and I just feel like I'm
Keep going with
I'm
that,
doing
bro. Your
something
purpose-
productive.
You're
Yeah,
purpose driven, and that's all you got to be walking that purpose.
for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. 127.